Back, everyone. Late night news. We are here, Gokhshtein Media, weeknights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. We are here with Erica and myself, Alexander. Hope you guys are having a great night. Tonight, we're going to keep it short and sweet as usual, and we're going to be talking about just some trending topics, some breaking news, some interesting, spicy stuff, crypto drama, crypto Twitter. You know, guys, how it is. This market never sleeps. Erica,
Always.
how are you doing tonight?
I'm great. I'm happy it's Friday. Get to wind down a little bit for the weekend. Yeah, I'm excited too. There's a lot of good things that came out in the news pipe today. News pipe, the pipeline. so
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, definitely
I'm
doing good.
excited
How are
too.
you?
I'm doing great, thanks, and I'm really excited. And it's good that it's Friday, like you said. It's always great to have the end of the. Let's roll the intro, guys, and we'll jump right into the news.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna throw up my screen, and I know some people are gonna hate on me. Oh, you were getting that Inception action there, but it is what it is. We're here now. Coin market cap. You can see this, Erica, right?
Yep, I see it.
Excellent. Perfect. So, guys, I always like to pull up CoinMarketCap, take a little price action. I know some people like CoinGecko and they say this and that, but at the end of the day, it's a tool. And it's great to see that the crypto market is rallying. Now, is this a rally? Is this like a little bull trap? I don't know. But at the end of the day, when I see green, I like to see green. And it's good to see that the crypto market is rallying up again, that Bitcoin is having some momentum because it felt like forever that it was dancing with 23K,
Hmm.
22K. And it's just good to see that like Bitcoin's pumping, Ethereum's pumping. If we take a look at some of the top gainers still, like yesterday, I mean, Celsius, insane. It was like $2 something. Now it's 350. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah,
if,
the
if
Celsius
anything,
squeeze. Yep.
this yeah, like the Celsius squeeze. If anything, we're just seeing that this market is insane and that anything can happen. And I mean,
Hmm.
what do you think about that? The Celsius squeeze. That's
Um,
just crazy.
I really hope that people are careful. I mean, a lot of people already got burned by Celsius. And so the last thing that you want to do is like try to chase green candles. And, I would just say for not financial advice, of course, but like anybody looking at it and thinking like, ooh, I'm going to make like so much money. Like, dudes, be careful out there because you never know
Yep.
when things can just like take a turn. There are people out there who are very strategic, and there are whales out there, and there's groups of whales. What is a group of whales called? I don't even know, but there's
Yeah,
groups
like
of
private
whales.
whale groups.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
so I mean they could like really really do some detrimental damage to people's bags out there. So um like I was telling David when we were discussing it the other night, I think it's cool that the people are trying to take it back. I don't want to see more people getting hurt.
Absolutely. Great advice. And guys, we always hear WAGME and like WAGME is great in terms of like projects moving forward and like everyone working together, having dissent. But also let's not forget that like the simple buy and sell, exit liquidity, the greater fool fallacy. And I think Luna really taught us that like if you catch a falling dagger, you got to be careful. I thought personally, I'm like, oh, I'm buying a dollar Luna, I'm good to go. And then my $500 was worth like a nickel,
Yeah.
like a little 5 cents action overnight. So definitely, if you're gonna gamble away, play with money that you're willing to lose. And any of this content, it's never financial advice. Let's talk about, and speaking of like safety and whatnot, let's talk about the next story, which was regarding Binance. And of
Hmm.
course, with Curve Finance, crypto exchange Binance recovers 450K stolen from DeFi protocol Curve Finance. And CZ was talking about this. Of course, CZ was mentioning that the person was sending repeatedly funds to Binance. They caught that, and now they're working with law enforcement to return the funds to the victims. And I think this is a win for everyone. And he used hashtag Seifu, and it's just good to
Yeah.
see that this is just a win not only for Binance, I think for legitimizing Binance, but also just a win for, seeing the good guys win and having the people that were causing, conflict, causing issues being, being held accountable for their actions, and like it's just good to see that, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It is good, and it just goes to prove that everything is on the blockchain. So most
Hmm.
things are tracked.
Yep.
And sometimes criminals aren't always that smart either, right? Like the people who got caught, they got caught because of a Walmart gift card. the I can't
Yeah.
remember what their names are,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm talking about, the female rapper.
There's, hey, I mean,
Yeah.
I worked at Best Buy for years. I saw all sorts of scams take place, people coming and buying the gift cards to pay their taxes and do this. And yeah, you
Hmm.
definitely have victims who won't be so bright, and then you have like the scammers who won't be so bright. I mean, them sending to a centralized exchange. It's like you said, there's always this blockchain. It's that's the caveat. That's the good and the bad, is that it's
Hmm.
transparent. Everything's recorded. So to have them send to a hot wallet like that and think that no one would notice, I'm glad people did notice, and I'm glad that the story is ending with a positive note. It's good to
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
because
Good
all too
job,
often,
CZ and your watchdogs.
CZ Seifu,
Yeah.
keep it Seifu, keep the Seifu vibe, CZ, make BNB
Yeah.
go up. Not financial advice, higher, and make everything go up, everything to the moon, wag
Yeah.
me. Um, and speaking of safety and security, Tornado Cash. This was there's just all sorts of stuff. We were discussing this, Erica and I, about like an alleged founder, being held, being held by law enforcement, and of course the price has been tanking. And Tornado Cash, of course, the token down over 50% after these sanctions. And if you guys are living under a rock like Patrick and SpongeBob, the TLDR is that Tornado Cash is like a crypto mixer, kind of like Tor network, where you can send your token and they support multi-chain, and you can mix it up and kind of eliminate, well, not really eliminate, but hide and kind of add some obscurity to the way that the transaction came in and out. You can put something in, mixes it up, and then send a destination wallet. Now, it's not even perfect. There are ways that people can still track that with enough care and attention, but government was basically like, no, not on my watch. Not gonna happen. Came in, intervened, and the price has been tanking. Apparently, the Discord went down also.
Hmm.
Bunch of sanctions. We can see on CoinMarketCap that just the 7 day alone, like a high of $30, and we're now down to something like $14. So, where do you think that Tornado Cash is headed? Like, do you think this is just the end of Tornado Cash? You think they're done?
Ooh. Honestly, I have no idea. It's really tough because you don't want to see crypto be used for bad things, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But if they're not going to use crypto for it, they're going to use cash. So I think that like people are always going to find a way to do bad things. But the
yep.
the other part of it is that Tornado Cash, I mean, I don't know, like I don't look at the transaction logs and everything like that, obviously, but it's not always used for something bad. Like, what if I want to
100%.
send something to a charity and I want to do it in crypto, but I want to remain anonymous? I don't want people to see
100%.
what I have. And so, it's a fine line, and you can't just say like, oh, well, they
Yeah.
shouldn't be around. And I,
It,
I really don't know. I have no idea. What do you think?
no, I agree with you, because it's much like how they say, like, oh, crypto bad, Bitcoin is used by criminals. Like, don't criminals use fiat? Like,
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
use like an even stronger example. Like, are we just going to be like, well, this bank robber was drinking coffee, therefore anyone who drinks coffee is a thief. They also
Mhm.
breathe oxygen, so if you breathe oxygen, you're stealing. Like, where do we draw the line? And I think there was an article talking about how Vitalik Buterin was using Tornado Cash as a means to also donate. And are we also going to go after him? And there were a lot of people who were trolling, and they were using this as a method to use Tornado Cash to donate to like Shaquille O'Neal's wallet or all these celebrities and whatnot. And
Mhm.
now, are they gonna get sanctioned? Like, where do we draw the line? Is this a new
Exactly.
thing, like proof of arrest? Proof of like what is this? So I think in the end, like you said, it's a tool at the end of the day, and whether you use it for bad or good, that's up to you, and the repercussions will follow you. Um, It sucks. I mean, I know that unfortunately a lot of innocent people will get caught in the net of this, and that's what
Mhm.
sucks. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk about the Ethereum merge. The Ethereum merge was confirmed. This was posted through Cointelegraph. They were talking about the ETH merge dates. Of course, ETH merge, Ethereum 2, confirmed for September 15th to 16th. And so I'm really excited about this, guys. Of course, I attended with Akil and Ross and Carlos. Shout out to them. We went to Blockchain Futures Conference just a few days ago in Toronto. And Vitalik was talking about variety of stuff, but also in particular the date and that the transaction fees could be as low as 0.002 US, which is great. And
Mhm.
I wanted to ask you, Erica, like for this date, do you think that this is going to be like a buy the rumor, sell the news, or do you think that the like what do you think about when we reach this date and it's implemented in terms of like Ethereum, the price of Ethereum, and just like the volume and interaction on Ethereum. Like, what do you think about the merge?
Yeah, that's interesting. I definitely think that it could be a catalyst to raise the price of Ethereum. I mean, it's already on an uptrend, so does
Mhm.
that date and the anticipation of ETH2 have anything to do with the price increase that we're seeing today? Maybe.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do think that there are going to be people who use it to their advantage, and then there are going to be people that see it maybe as a way to, put more money into their investment for Ethereum. So I see it as positive. Will the price go down after it? I mean, maybe. I don't
maybe,
know.
yeah. If
Probably.
if there's
Maybe a
something we've
little
seen,
bit, but
this market can always surprise us. You know, I never would have expected Celsius cell token to just start pumping, like rallying like
yeah.
this, squeezing like this. So I'm always like, some days I'll just wake up and be like, oh, like this trash meme coin's up like 10x. Like, why? Who knows? So definitely emotion runs the sentiment. And when people's emotions get riled up, crazy things happen. If you asked me, not a financial advisor, but I do think that I don't know. I'm just going off of like feeling. I could be so wrong, but I do feel like the last quarter of 2022 is looking pretty bullish with the Ethereum merge and a lot of other things going on. I think that people might start rallying some tokens again and buying up some coins, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, like the BlackRock, this Ethereum news.
yep,
There's a lot of bullish news in the mix right now. So I agree.
absolutely, absolutely. And we were talking about FTX, and
Yep.
FTX, I think they're killing it. And this leads us to a couple of news stories because FTX, like, of course, you can't miss the FTX arena over in Miami, Bayfront Park. And FTX, of course, if you guys take a look, they were collaborating with Tomorrowland, a very massive EDM festival that takes place. And again, just more great moves done by FTX. And I think they're leading the way. And so
Hmm.
CEO Leon Lee reportedly looking to sell 60% stake in Huobi. FTX and Justin Sun are among the potential buyers. And this is one aspect of FTX, okay, buying some more stuff up. And another piece come to us today with Paradigm Partners with FTX to launch one-click futures spreads trading. So just more accessibility for FTX, more partners for FTX, more stakeholders for FTX. I think that they are onto something really bullish, and I'm just excited to see. I haven't used the exchange, but maybe I should. Maybe I should start using FTX. What are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
I've used it before. I have no problems with it. I'm pretty sure that I've used most exchanges, even some exchanges that maybe don't even exist anymore or that I
The
can't
random
access
ones?
from my area. Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah. Bit this, bit, plunger bit, toilet bit by bit. Oh my
yeah,
goodness. Too many.
yeah. But I agree with you. I think FTX is doing things right. I think that they're making some really, really great moves. And, if you had asked me last year what I thought, like who I thought was going to win the race between uh, CRO and FTX,
Hmm.
I don't know if I would have said FTX, but right now things are looking really, really good for them. And then you actually told me about Tomorrowland.
Yep.
So they're sponsoring a contest from what I quickly read, and you can claim a Tomorrowland NFT from them. So that's going on live right now, and they're not all claimed, just so everybody knows that that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta check that out. I mean, I love dance music, so for me, when I'm like, wait, why is like I was looking at some Tomorrowland sets on YouTube, the live sets, and I'm just like, wait,
Yeah.
FTX? I'm just like, FTX basketball, NBA, FTX EDM. Like it feels like some of these other exchanges are not connected in the way to the young generation, the
Hmm.
way that FTX is going forth. Because they're
Right.
getting in front of basketball enthusiasts, they're getting in front of dance music enthusiasts. They seem to be getting in front of some of like the most popular, youngest or contrarian, like kind of like just it's just exciting. It's just
Yeah.
exciting. And they definitely have piqued my interest from someone who hasn't used the exchange. I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I should. They're getting to
Hmm.
change my mind, and I'm a tough sell on exchanges. So shout out to whoever's running that. That's impressive. Um,
Absolutely. I'll tell you
impressive.
what, if I win the FTX Tomorrowland tickets, I'll take you.
Yeah, some tomorrow. Isn't that in Belgium? I think it's in
Yes,
Belgium.
it's in
Yeah, yeah.
Belgium.
But
Oh
I
man.
think they have others too. I always wanted to check out Ultra Miami. That was one of my Ultra Miami. I think they kill it in terms of
Yeah.
presentation. And who knows, maybe I have to double check what their sponsors and whatnot were. Maybe FTX is gonna be working with Ultra. I don't know. But it's I think I saw actually Solana too. Solana was at this one festival. I can't recall, but I know they had some kind of brand presentation there, but I don't
Mhm.
think it was on the level of what you mentioned with like NFTs and things like that. That's just it's
Yeah.
on another level. It's not just
Yeah.
like a logo. They're actually working together for something more meaningful.
Yeah, that's
And
huge.
100%. So speaking of meaningful, let's talk about I can't even speak today. Let's talk about the NFTs. This is on our website, of course, guys, gokhshteinmedia.com. You can find some tasty, well curated, well written articles by our amazing writers and our editor. So do check out gokhshteinmedia.com. And of course, this was coming to us. Tron movie producer launches CryptoSource NFT project. And many different NFTs that are available. I loved these kind of like punk style
Mhm.
NFTs, and the punks were pretty much like mutated into like their dinosaur equivalent, among others, and also making them accessible, cheap, and I think it's refreshing. It's cool to see some cool NFTs in what seems to be daily just hacks and rugs. So really cool.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
like that.
Yeah, I like it too. I like the fact that they're trying to make it affordable and accessible and bring new people in by doing that. So, yeah, I think it's worth checking them out. I did. I checked them out. I thought they were super cute. I actually ended up buying one. And
Okay,
I found
yeah,
out, yeah, I found out about them from the Gokhshtein Media website, actually. Like I look on there, read the articles, I check out the little ticker. There's a lot of good stuff on there. So, yeah.
excellent. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, I gotta check it out. I did take a look at their website, and I kind of briefly looked on OpenSea, but I if I see good art, like good art always just kind of piques my interest,
Yeah.
and if it's good art, usually like I mean, I always think about the Bored Apes. The people might hate on the Bored Apes, but the Bored Apes artistically have a lot of flair and personality,
Mhm.
and they just like it might seem simple, but sometimes there's beauty in simplicity, especially if you
Yeah.
stylize it the right way and just make it
Mhm.
look like dope art. And I think this is another example of some cool art. And
Yeah.
I wanted to end with something a little bit spicy, which is coming to us from Watcher Guru. Of course, take what Watcher Guru says with a grain of salt, but I saw this first here tonight that former hedge fund manager and convicted felon Martin, I can't even pronounce that, Shkreli, reportedly rug pulled a crypto token he launched last month. So, of course, this guy was a controversial figure. People
Yeah.
are trolling, like, okay, is he back to jail? What's going on there? We'll see as this develops what's going on with Mr. Martin. It seems like there's always a new rug pull. It's like a new flavor, new moment that's going on. So
Yeah.
Martin, if you're rugging, it is what it is, but you know, it to pull these rug pulls, it's getting harder and harder. And definitely the government's watching, that's for sure. And I mean, Binance is a perfect example of that, where sending your funds elsewhere, Binance intervenes, or the US Treasury or SEC is watching, Tornado Cash closed down. So people got to be careful. And also the ethics
Mhm.
behind it, like doing these
Yeah.
sort of rug pulls, you get, I'm sure Do Kwon even, like, if we think about Do Kwon and Anonymous saying, "Hey, we're coming after this guy. We're gonna look at his whole history," like that just,
Mhm.
if the government doesn't come after you, someone's gonna come after you, give you a
Yeah.
whack, and so
Exactly. Exactly.
dangerous.
Especially people in NFTs and crypto, they keep receipts, you know. And oh,
Yep.
gosh, I just find it hard to believe that anybody would like buy that token. I mean, if you know like who he is and what he did, I find it really hard to like stand behind that. So I wouldn't touch that with a 10 foot, 20 foot, 30 foot, 40 foot, whatever pole. But damn, dude, watch,
Yeah, it's
watch the
interesting you bring
rug.
that up. Like, I feel like in this industry, even though people see that someone rugs, it's like they're just like, you know what? I kind of like this villain complex. I'm gonna buy it anyways.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like people just do it, like,
Hmm.
out of this like philosophical, like, I'm just gonna go in. I don't care. He's the bad guy. All right, I'm gonna buy it, and like, it's gonna go to the moon, and I'm gonna ride this rug pull with him. And it's like, come on, there's so many great projects you can invest in.
Hmm.
You don't need to go into this super, like, if it sounds good, too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. And like,
Hmm.
I've been rug pulled enough to know that there's projects they should just probably stay away from. And it's not just as simple as buying and selling. Like, we also have to remember, guys, like malicious smart contracts, token approvals that we do that could maybe drain our wallet or something like that. So we are engaging with smart contracts. We're not just simply buying and selling like produce here. So we have to
Hmm.
always remember that something is secure until it isn't. And definitely, if you're going to be engaging with these sort of like shitcoin plays, maybe make another wallet, maybe make something where you're not too worried about it, spread it out among different wallets, because the last thing you want to do is play with a dangerous smart contract or play with something like this and lose your funds, but maybe even lose other funds, put
Yeah.
other things at risk because of one wrong play. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's
Yep.
crazy, crazy times we're living in right now. But it is what it is. The market is young,
Hmm.
and we're continuing to move forward. Where do you think we're headed in the next, like, do you think that we're going to be heading towards 2 trillion, 3 trillion, or you think we're going to keep going kind of sideways for a while?
I think that we might go sideways a little bit, but then I think, oh man, I can't remember the trend of when it went up last year. But yeah, I'm probably not the best person to ask about market trends, especially, no, to be honest with you, I've just been like so hyper focused on things. Like I haven't really been buying or trading crypto a whole lot.
Hmm.
Same with NFTs. I've really just kind of been like, back on the sidelines watching, besides like the DCA that I normally do. But yeah, I don't know.
I think
I
honestly
think
that's
it'll
probably
maybe,
the best. I think
go a
that's
little
the
sideways, go up. And then, of course, usually I do know this that usually at the end of the year it tanks a little bit, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
a little surprise. I think that's honestly the best advice. I've been doing the same thing, just kind of observing, not kind of just aping in massive amounts, and just kind of like all I've really been doing personally. And what might work for me or you, it doesn't might not work for anyone else, but I've just been kind of like staking and watching, observing, and just like stacking like stable coin also, and taking a look at different positions. And um definitely spend more time in the market. Don't try to time like the bottoms or the tops, and take educated decisions. If I could go back and sell Cardano at like near $4, I most definitely would. So sometimes our
Yeah.
greed takes a hold of us, and we're like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bitcoin at 250K. Like, okay, I think about it, right? In January of this year, Alex Mashinsky was calling for 100K BTC. Kim.com, the founder of Mega Upload, was calling for a 5K Bitcoin Cash for
Mhm.
January. so many price predictions. And if we start idolizing those price predictions and whatnot, we kind of like set ourselves for something that it might happen, but
Mhm.
maybe like 5 years from today. So
Yeah.
never underestimate what can happen in like, don't overestimate what can happen in a year. I think a lot of times people forget what can happen in a year versus like 10 years. So set
Mhm.
some short-term goals. And like Erica said, maybe just continue to just focus on the craft and the building and just good projects. And I like that these bearish trends are kind of vaporizing bad projects, and like the strong ones are. I know this was mentioned in Srijani's spaces today that like the guy was saying I'd much rather meet someone now than like 9 months ago,
Mhm.
because like Mark Cuban said, everyone's a genius in the bull market. So
Yeah.
it's almost
Exactly.
like the bearish trends are showing us like the real ones, you know,
Yes.
no
Yeah.
cap, so to speak, you know, just keeping it real. So
Yep.
absolutely. And guys, I think that's pretty much a wrap. Erica, anything else you wanted to mention, or any other 2 cents?
I think that about covers it. Those are pretty much the articles that I had pulled up as well. So yeah.
Fabulous. Okay. So, guys, thank you for joining us tonight for another episode of Late Night News. Again, we do the late night news Monday to Friday, weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. PST. Of course, we have spaces and podcasts all throughout the week. Make sure you guys are following us, Gokhshtein Media, on Twitter. And make sure you guys head over to gokhshteinmedia.com for our dope articles. And we'll see you guys in the next clip somewhere on Twitter, yelling on Twitter spaces, over on here. And you guys have a great night and enjoy your weekend. Take care, guys.
Yeah. Have a great weekend. Bye.